Most dropshipping stores don't fail because of bad products. They fail because the workflow behind the business is completely fragmented. Too many random suppliers, too much manual work, slow shipping, inconsistent fulfillment, hours wasted jumping between research tools, spreadsheets, supplier sites, and product listing software. And honestly, if I had to rebuild a dropshipping business from scratch going into Q3 of 2026, I wouldn't start with products first. I'd start with the system. Because the real advantage now isn't just finding a winning product, it's building a workflow that can actually scale without becoming operational chaos. And that's where Doba, especially with the upgraded Doba Pilot AI agent, becomes genuinely interesting.
If you love discovering tools that make you think, wow, that was easy, you're in the right place. We test platforms, reveal hidden features, and teach you quick ways to boost your creativity, productivity, and your content game.
A lot of people entering dropshipping right now are still stuck in reactive mode. They spend hours scrolling TikTok, watching product research videos, importing random products, testing trends with no real structure behind the business. But the deeper issue usually isn't product selection. It's the lack of a repeatable operational system. Because once orders start coming in, everything changes. Now fulfillment matters, shipping speed matters, inventory consistency matters, customer experience matters, and if your supplier disappears, shipping times explode, or listings become inconsistent, your margins and reputation disappear with it. That's one thing I noticed while looking through Doba's ecosystem. They're not positioning themselves as just another cheap supplier platform anymore. They're positioning themselves more like an operational infrastructure system powered by AI. And honestly, that shift makes a lot more sense for where e-commerce is heading. Because the stores surviving into Q3 and Q4 usually aren't the stores with the craziest viral products. They're the stores with smoother workflows, better sourcing, better fulfillment, better automation, less friction. That's the real competitive advantage now. Here's the shift I think a lot of sellers are finally starting to understand in 2026. Manual dropshipping workflows simply don't scale well anymore. If you're still manually searching suppliers, rewriting every product title yourself, testing random products with no structure, and building listings one by one, you're competing against stores already using AI to compress that entire workflow into minutes instead of days. And this is where Doba Pilot becomes interesting. Because Doba Pilot isn't just another AI feature added onto a dashboard. It's designed more like an AI agent that actually executes tasks through conversation. That's the important difference. Instead of constantly clicking through complicated menus and tools, you can literally type commands directly into the chat interface and let the AI handle the operational work. For example, find 10 kitchen gadgets under $40 with at least a 25% profit margin. Or find trending products shipped from the US within 3 days. Or even create a Shopify store, analyze outdoor gear trends, source 10 products, and list them with a 20% margin. And the AI starts executing those workflows step by step. That's a completely different experience compared to traditional dropshipping tools. What makes it more interesting is the multi-turn workflow system they're building around the AI, because now everything connects together inside a single conversation. Market research, product sourcing, store setup, listing optimization, customer support, workflow management, all connected through one AI assistant. And honestly, that's probably where e-commerce operations are heading overall. The goal isn't replacing strategy. The goal is eliminating repetitive back-end work that slows growth down, because most people massively underestimate how much time disappears into operational tasks. Research, listings, optimization, supplier checks, catalog management, store setup. That work compounds fast as a store grows, and Doba Pilot is clearly designed to reduce that operational bottleneck. One of the more interesting parts of the platform is how the AI workflows are split into specialized systems. The first one is Market Scout. This is basically Doba Pilot's product research and market analysis system. But instead of just showing random trending products, it combines e-commerce trend analysis with Amazon market data directly inside the chat workflow. So before sourcing products, sellers can actually evaluate market demand, competition levels, profit potential, and sourcing opportunities. That's important because most people jump into products without validating the market first. The next part is AI Picker, and honestly, this is probably one of the more useful upgrades. Instead of endlessly scrolling supplier catalogs manually, the AI handles sourcing based on logic-driven prompts. You can literally tell it exactly what you want. For example, find high-margin fitness products with fast US shipping, or find trending home decor products under a specific price range. Then the AI filters sourcing opportunities directly inside the workflow. That saves an enormous amount of time compared to traditional product hunting. Then after sourcing, Doba Pilot moves directly into listing optimization. And this is another area where AI actually makes practical sense. The AI can automatically optimize titles for SEO, rewrite descriptions for conversions, and even apply smart pricing rules automatically. For example, Doba Pilot can apply a default profit margin structure directly through AI prompts, which becomes useful when scaling larger catalogs. That means less manual editing, less repetitive listing work, and faster store deployment overall. And what's interesting is that the workflow doesn't stop there. They're also building the system into a more complete e-commerce operations assistant over time. The roadmap includes things like automated order tracking, real-time logistics synchronization, and expanded operational management tools across the entire dropshipping lifecycle. So they're clearly thinking beyond just product sourcing. They're trying to build a full AI operational assistant for e-commerce sellers. One thing I actually like about this campaign is that Doba isn't pushing a one-size-fits-all solution. Instead, they created different growth bundles based on where sellers are in their journey. If you're newer to dropshipping or still building a consistent workflow, the basic annual plus growth pack is probably the most practical option. It's designed for sellers who are ready to move beyond casual testing and start building momentum for the second half of the year. The bundle offers total savings of $425, including $145 in planned savings and a growth pack valued at $280 plus 60 days free. The added listing capacity and sourcing resources make it easier to test more products and build a stronger store foundation. For more experienced sellers who already have a store and want to scale with AI-powered workflows, I'd look at the standard quarterly plus Doba Pilot Kits bundle. This package includes $254 in total savings, including $54 in planned savings and a Doba Pilot Kit valued at $200, plus 60 days free. It also includes Doba Pilot credits that can help with product sourcing, listing creation, and store management workflows. It's a solid fit for sellers who want more operational support and automation without committing to a full annual plan. And honestly, that's the bigger message behind this campaign. Don't just choose the cheapest option. Choose the growth bundle that matches where your business is going next. If I were rebuilding a dropshipping business right now before Q3, here's what I'd focus on. I'd stop chasing random viral products every single week. Instead, I'd focus on building a sourcing and fulfillment system that can identify products faster, validate opportunities faster, launch listings faster, and scale with less operational friction, because the second half of the year gets much more competitive. Back to school season, holiday preparation, Q4 scaling, everything moves faster. And customers are significantly less patient now than they were a few years ago, which is why I'd prioritize US-based inventory and faster fulfillment options heavily going into the second half of the year. That becomes a competitive advantage. And honestly, this is probably the biggest takeaway from the entire campaign. The sellers who scale later in the year are usually the sellers who reduce friction early. Better sourcing, better systems, better automation, better fulfillment. That's the foundation. At this point in the video, I'd actually jump into the Doba Pilot interface itself because this is where the platform starts making a lot more sense visually. The first thing you notice is that the entire system revolves around the conversational AI workflow. Instead of jumping through dozens of dashboards, you can literally type requests directly into the AI assistant. What makes it even more useful is that Doba Pilot isn't just designed to execute tasks. It also includes intelligent customer support, meaning you can ask questions about platform rules, operations, workflows, and store management directly inside the chat. So rather than searching through documentation or switching between support channels, the AI can help guide you while also handling the actual work. That makes it feel less like a simple AI tool and more like an all-in-one e-commerce operations assistant. So for example, I could type, find 10 trending home decor products shipped from the US within 3 days, and Doba Pilot immediately starts sourcing products inside the chat. Then I can refine the request further. Maybe only show products above a 25% margin, or optimize these for Shopify listings. And now the AI starts handling the listing workflow too. What's interesting is how connected the entire process feels. Research flows into sourcing, sourcing flows into listing optimization, listing flows into store management, all inside the same conversational workflow. You can also use Market Scout directly inside the interface to analyze trends and evaluate product opportunities before importing products. Then once products are selected, the AI can optimize titles and descriptions automatically for better SEO and cleaner conversions. Another feature I thought was useful is the store setup workflow. If you don't already have a Shopify store connected, you can literally ask the AI to help build the store setup process itself. That's a very different experience compared to traditional e-commerce software. And honestly, I think that's the bigger idea Doba is pushing now, not just AI tools, an actual AI operations assistant. Right now, Doba is also pushing early bird access pricing for Doba Pilot. If you're interested in exploring the platform but aren't ready to commit to a full plan yet, Doba is currently offering 2 low-risk trial options during the mid-year growth carnival. New sellers can start with a 7-day basic trial for just 99 cents, while more experienced sellers can test additional features through the 5-day standard trial, also available for just 99 cents. It's a simple way to explore the platform, test the workflow, and see which growth bundle makes the most sense for your current business stage before making a larger commitment. Honestly, if you're already spending hours manually handling sourcing, listings, research, and back-end e-commerce tasks every week, that pricing is probably worth testing just from a workflow efficiency perspective alone. Because again, the real advantage now isn't just finding products, it's reducing operational friction. And I honestly think that's the biggest shift happening in e-commerce right now. The stores that scale in the second half of 2026 probably won't be the stores working the hardest manually. They'll be the stores building the smartest operational systems early. And that's really where Doba Pilot is positioning itself. If your current dropshipping workflow still depends on random suppliers, manual listings, disconnected tools, and inconsistent fulfillment, you're probably making scaling much harder than it needs to be. Check out Doba Pilot and Doba's mid-year growth offers in the description below if you want to see how the AI workflow system actually works for yourself.